What's good? It's your boy Herb Twitter. Welcome back to the show, The Transition. Today I'm talking about highly competitive. I grew up where my family was 100% competitive. My dad played football and his brothers. And as I was coming up, my cousins were playing, so football wise was something that was the first sport that I went 100% into. So I would get chose first or second playing pickup football. Basketball was a totally different thing because I didn't put the same type of effort into it. So I had to learn that later on to actually be chose at least 10th at that point in time. So, for me, you know, to do the things that I'm doing today, I'm 100% excited about The Last Dance, but this is what I watched when we were getting ready for performances in the group, when I was getting this first and second solo album together, which was Psychedelic in My Mind, 20 Joints. And something that I was getting together and I was watching when I got I Am Who I Say I Am together. So I really do appreciate everybody getting a chance to see what this looks like at that level. But I mimicked people like Michael Jordan, Michael Jackson, Scottie Pippen, all these people. Everybody that was at the top of their game, MC Hammer, Bobby Brown. You know, people that I thought was at the top of their game was the people that I was mimicking, but I was taking a piece of their competitiveness and adding it to my repertoire because I wanted to be the best at what I was doing. So when I get a job, I wanted to be the best at whatever job that was, and I wanted to compete at a high level, but I wanted to make sure that I got the competitive level of everybody else up. So I would say it out loud. When you say that you're the best driver, you're the best person in this job, people that have that same type of competitive drive, they gonna show up and show out, which means that I get to show up and show out. So moving that forward to music, people always ask, what is it like being in the studio? 100% competitive because I would post a picture of a trophy up and let people know that, the last song that we did, my verse was hotter, and or remixes, my verse was hotter, and that's what I've done. And I can say that you may have not liked uh, the way that I went about it, but to me, anybody that's been on tour that wasn't at the top level, where Chris and them is at, but you're on tour and you're barely making it by, I'm giving my time and effort and I'm missing time with my kids that I'll never get back. So I'm going to need you to be at the top level with me. I'm going to need you to come upstairs with me. I can't have you dancing around in the lobby while I'm upstairs doing the heavy lifting. So I would always find a way to drive, to make people want to be competitive, make people want to take that trophy from me. So there was a lot of heated moments in the studio, a lot of heated moments through Level Ground that I stayed popping, on my verses. I stayed popping on being at the top level and being at the top. Man, I would walk through there and say, I'm Michael Jordan at this level, which I do feel like I'm Michael Jordan at this level of the game, because right now I know I can go right. People go, oh, man, I bet you can't go left. I don't have to go left. I'm going right. Stop me. So from original songs to remixes, I would compete with my team and I was competing with the person that made the song. All respects to everybody that we've been on the remixes with, all the people that's in the business, but I've been on track with a number of big names that are at the top of their game right now, and I didn't lose a beat. DJs from all over the world leaving us messages of saying, man, thank you. You guys are hot in doing that situation. So understanding that situation, I'm highly competitive of what I got to do. So now even coming into the studio where we're at now, you know, at this level, if you come in the studio, I'm trying to beat you. I'm trying to be the best on track no matter what. I don't care what level you are at. My son, my oldest son, when he was younger, freestyle wise, I competed with him. My middle son, when he came out here, coming into the studio, listen, Don't say this is what you do and then expect me to fall back and let you win. No, 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 no. You got to compete all day, every day. And that's kind of what the problem is today, is that we're so busy trying to make sure that our kids think that they're great, that they haven't really got up to try anything, because they could, just because you have a little bit of ability doesn't mean that you rise to the occasion. So my brother had to show my son that, you're on a different level than your dad. But understandably, I compete with everybody. I don't care. Because what I look at is that, if I've put that time and effort in, Mike said this before, and that's why I said I love The Last Dance, because I've been watching them gearing up with anybody that had to triumph, like Mike and them had to go over Detroit, and the battles that they had with New York and everything else, is that when you are at this level, you're supposed to be who you say you are. And that's why I named the album I Am Who I Say I Am, because this is what I do. I don't want to be good at a million things. I want to be great at one. Music is something that I'm great at. Advocating for myself on track is what I'm great at. Nobody can beat me at being Herb.S. Nobody. I don't care how much you pay attention to how I do it. I'll even give you my format and formula of how I do music and the way I do music, and I'm still gonna compete with you. I even cheat for you and help you just to put an extra situation there for me. I stopped smoking cigarettes because people said there's no way that I would do it. And if I would, I'd have to get hypnotized or Chantix or something, just because they said that. I'm like, okay, you know what? I'm going to do it. And Harv, God rest his soul, he was saying, man, people don't even know it's been 6-7 months that you have stopped smoking. I'm like, yeah, well, let them think that I don't have that in me. I'm like, but competitive wise, I'm highly competitive. I want to do this at such a level that sparks somebody else, and I've already done that. You know what I'm saying? But I continue to do this for myself because I get up every day with the idea of competing with somebody or something, and what I'm competing with now is basically the success that I've had solo artist wise. I'm trying to beat whatever number I have, whatever number my brother has. I'm trying to beat those numbers because that's how you do this in this world. I don't need anybody to tell me how great I am and I just got up out the bed. I need you to tell me how great I am when I win. Win, lose, or draw. I've been on that podium on a number of occasions, and I've had people want to beat me because of the level of competition that I have. And you can see it in my music. The first CD, I Am Who I Say I Am, The Light Side, I released that because I wanted to be different from everybody else. I don't want to be the kingpin, gang banging, murderer on track that hasn't been in the streets at all, which I have. But I don't have to do what everybody else is doing to show ability. One thing Mike said is work ethic eliminates fear. I have no fear at being me. Anybody that knows me wants me on their team because they know that if I believe in what we're doing, I'm going to push harder than anybody that is on your team, anybody that has been on your team, anybody that you've believed in before, because I want to win. That's just who I am. That's just how I was wired because my family was competitive. So understanding that situation from football to basketball to painting, drawing, sketching, anything that I can get better at, I want to compete at a level that's high. I used to call Sig, because Sig was a person that actually started writing for me because I just didn't understand the format, because I wanted to be an R&B singer. Understanding that format, I would call him at 2, 3, 4 o'clock in the morning. I'm like, hey, man, I got it. I know what it is, because I want to be one of the best when I drop this pen. Right now, I have nothing to prove to anybody. Follow me. Go any of the songs that I release, any of the songs that I'm sharing, SoundCloud. go follow me, man. I'm on a different level at this level. You know what I'm saying? So understanding that situation, we've had record labels to come to us. I don't feel like I need to take scraps. You know what I'm saying? Especially when I'm at this level of not waiting for somebody to write for me or arranging my songs. You know, me and my brother do this all day long, so I don't need anybody to do it for me. So therefore, I feel like I should get paid for that. If I can't get paid for it, then thank you. I stretch my hand out. Thank you for this opportunity that you said, but I'm not going to be able to take that. You know, you teach people how to treat you, and I'm teaching people right now from family, friends, kids, and therefore music industry that I'm 100. And I'm going to need you to step up to the plate to understand what I'm bringing to the table because I'm highly competitive. It's your boy Herb to them, man. This is my show, The Transition. Come on back. I will constantly be dropping this type of content so you understand where you need to be in order to beat the rest. It's your boy Herb Dot, man. Listen, do something for somebody else. Trust me, to give you a chance to figure out where you're supposed to be. Holla at your boy, man.